I came, I saw, I conquered.
This renowned quote by Julius Caesar had an everlasting impact on the generations. Julius Caesar was a legendary figure in ancient Roman history who rose from humble beginnings to become one of the most powerful and influential leaders of all time. He was a master strategist, a gifted orator, and a skilled politician who made history with his military conquests, political reforms, and literary works. In this video, we will explore the lessons that can be learned from Caesar's life and career. From his early years as a young and ambitious man to his ultimate downfall and tragic end, there are many valuable insights that can be gained from studying his life story. Whether you're a history buff, a student of leadership and management, or simply interested in learning more about one of the most fascinating figures in human history, this video is for you. So let's dive in and discover the 13 things that we can learn from the rise of Julius Caesar. Number 1. Connect with people. Caesar grew up in a tumultuous time for his family politically, with factions carrying out bloody purges of political enemies. To escape threats to his life, he joined the army. He served with distinction and became a popular and effective military leader. It was said that Caesar knew the names of every soldier fighting with him. In his speeches, he referred to his troops as comrades, not men or soldiers. A great part of the success of the Roman legions was the information troops had available on the battlefield. Every Roman soldier knew as much about the war strategy as Julius Caesar. Caesar's well-informed reports helped him build a strong reputation for making wise military choices. He was constantly close to his soldiers. The Roman general was aware that clear interaction with his army would raise morale among his troops, despite the danger. He shared their meals, their beds, and his blood. Caesar was able to spot his troops' weaknesses and make speedy corrections to faults because he was near them. He granted citizenship to numerous people who lived in remote areas of the Roman Republic. He started supporting veterans and restoring the land. Caesar was constantly looking for opportunities to interact with the people that mattered the most to him, particularly in military circles. Number 2. Communication is the key. In addition to being a statesman, Caesar was a skilled author and historian. Much of his life is known from his own descriptions of his military campaigns. He was a skilled orator, just like many Roman legions and officials. At the Roman Senate, Caesar would appear immaculately attired and deliver ferocious speeches to his army and other leaders. He was able to express his ideas clearly and persuade others to agree with them by using witty language and persuasive arguments. He was very skilled at word choice. Caesar was required to send a report to Rome outlining his victory following a brief conflict with Pharnacles II of Pontus. The commander merely wrote, "I came, I saw, I conquered." Since the sentence was so memorable, even decades later, we still recall it. Number 3. Don't always assign challenging or pointless chores to others. Even if they were close friends or relatives of the leadership, it was customary practice in ancient Rome to execute military deserters. Caesar undertook this challenging endeavor on his own. His men were shown by this that he was willing to take on the most difficult tasks, showing them that he was an example to follow. He relentlessly targeted and brought charges against former governors who had engaged in extortion and corruption during his reign as dictator. The finest leaders act logically and don't let emotions or prior assumptions influence their judgment. In battle, events of importance are the outcome of small causes, Caesar once remarked. In that regard, Caesar's military leadership exhibited extraordinary accuracy since he systematically examined every aspect of a battle before engaging in it, preparing each strategy and taking into consideration even the smallest of its constituent parts. Based on his personal interactions with each soldier, he personally chose them for leadership positions in his legions. Caesar never lost a battle in which he took part. Number 4. Don't get too comfortable. Caesar was not a man to take it easy. He was always attempting to prepare for the worst-case scenario as a military leader. The immortal gods are wont to let people whom they intend to punish for their guilt sometimes a greater prosperity and longer liberty, in so that they may suffer the more severely from a reverse of circumstances, the author stated. In other words, if you are having success, be careful. Caesar ultimately failed to notice the plot that was forming while he was acting as a dictator, which led to his now famous assassination. Number 5. Don't be afraid of taking risks. As a leader, Julius Caesar accepted the risks that came with it. A leader needs to be bold and take chances. You will be establishing the foundation for your leadership on shaky ground if you put your convictions aside and make choices out of cowardice and fear. You will succeed if you take chances, be courageous, learn from your failures, and build a strong, solid leadership team. Number 6. Maximize your potential. Gladius, or small, pointed daggers, were taught to Roman troops, who used them to conquer half of the globe. The legions were skilled in the use of these little, lightweight weapons that were yet effective. Far from that intimidating image of large swords and spears, the resources you have, like Caesar, will be those that help you succeed. To maximize your potential and the capability of those around you, learn how to use them properly and enhance your abilities. Number 7. Never ever fool yourself. You never want to reach the point where you start to believe your own foolishness, even if you are a successful leader. When outlining a strategic error made by his Gallic rivals, Caesar concludes in his account of the Gallic Wars that in most circumstances, men rarely believe what they choose. The finest leaders act logically and don't let emotions or prior assumptions influence their judgment. Although gut feelings and intuition are valuable as well, the best leaders employ both, not just one. Number 8. Celebrate victories. Julius Caesar made sure that everyone knew about his victories, many of which he wrote down and became classical works. You don't have to write a book like Caesar did, but it is important that you learn to communicate everything you achieve, so that the team will feel a part of a common project and your leadership will be strengthened. Keep a modest attitude, but don't forget to highlight every little success and goal you reach. Number 9. Always go for fame over acceptance. Julius Caesar discovered ways to stand out even when he was just starting out and had little authority. He was a well-known fashionista of his time, consistently dressing better and more distinctively than the other males in the room. Caesar dressed in a way that initially gave the impression that he belonged to the senatorial family, while simultaneously identifying himself as distinct from his contemporaries. Number 10. Creating is superior to learning. Life's core is creation. Being a pioneer is preferable to being a pupil. Venture into unknown waters. Gaul was largely an unknown area that Rome feared for ages until Julius Caesar invaded it and turned it into a Roman province. He had an idea of what may be, and he brought that idea to pass. Like most great people, Julius Caesar stepped outside the box. He considered what others might have deemed impossible and made it happen. Leaders of today like Bill Gates, Richard Branson, Steve Jobs, Henry Ford, Walt Disney, and every notable company have prioritized building and not just learning and following others. Number 11. Leaders never compromise. They always come first. Some people enjoy coming in second place. Others are content to rank in the top 5. Leaders desire to win and be in charge. They don't fit into any of these categories. When Caesar walked across the Rubicon and said, "The die is cast," he did so with the conviction that he would be the only one to lead the Roman Republic. He did it because he believed he should be the one to lead. Nobody can take it from him. Number 12. Reward is a significant motivation. The soldiers who fought under Julius Caesar and made it to the finish retired as successful men. His soldiers, many of whom were born into poverty, would never have forgotten to thank those who helped them succeed. Without a question, Julius Caesar was among the most prosperous and significant people to have ever lived. But he wasn't acting alone. Julius recognized that the common men who took part in his campaigns, erected his camps, and gave their lives for him were the ones who made him successful. Caesar recognized that everyone who helped him succeed deserved a larger gift than he could provide. Number 13. Nothing is set in stone. Caesar knew as a general that things may change in an instant. In battle, events of importance are the outcome of small causes. Caesar once observed, "It's never a smart idea to let your guard down because anything might change at any time. Therefore, to become a leader, you first have to be ambitious." With this, we come to the end of the video. Thank you for staying with us till the end. We hope that this video imparted positivity and leadership qualities into your life. What did you learn from the video? Let us know in the comment section below. Please hit the like button and subscribe to our channel to never miss any useful video like this.